Hi, I'm Reagan Gomez. I've been an actress in the business for the last 20 years.
There's something truly magical about how our black queens age. They seem to have discovered the fountain of youth. Today, we're shining a spotlight on one star who appears to have completely stopped the clock. The amazing Reagan Gomez Preston. You remember her as the unforgettable Zarya Peterson from the Parenthood, don't you? Well, buckle up because we're about to explore her incredible journey from those iconic TV moments to her absolutely stunning present. Spoiler alert, her current look will blow your mind. But before we dive into her current life, let's first take a look back at her journey to understand how she became the legendary figure we know today. Early life and family background. Reagan Gomez Preston, born on April 24, 1980 in Detroit, has been a prominent figure in the entertainment world. You might remember her as Francine from the beloved sitcom Love INC, which aired in the mid-2000s. Although her breakthrough role on the Parenthood was in various seasons, it's clear that her impact has been consistently impressive. Reagan embraces her unique blend of Puerto Rican and African-American heritage, proudly identifying as Black. As she puts it, "Well, I'm Black. My mother is Puerto Rican. I've always identified as Black. It gets complicated, but I identify as Black." TV and magazine appearances. Her acting career began at just 14 when she landed the role of Zarya Peterson on The Parenthood. Fans were so enchanted by her performance that they still call her Zarya to this day. "They call me Zarya. They still call me that. Plus, I still look exactly the same way I did when I was on the show. I still sound the same way." Reagan Gomez Preston's career extends far beyond her early roles. She also made a memorable appearance on the sitcom One-on-One as Bernard, delivering a quirky line that caught fans' attention. "Death, well used to hide the M&M." Gomez Preston humorously recalled her weight loss journey, noting, "No, I had to lose weight. I was tired of my knees being sticky." Her diverse talents also shone through when she hosted an episode of the legendary Soul Train. How cool is that? Her Nickelodeon days were just as iconic. On The Amanda Show, she playfully responded to a challenge with, "Stop it. Oh, I got no time for that. So did I win?" In addition to her TV appearances, Reagan has some serious magazine cred. She graced the pages of King magazine not once, but twice. First, she appeared in the September-October 2003 issue, and then she was one of the 5 cover girls for the December 2006-January 2007 issue. She shared, "And let me tell you, all these covers were crazy good. Crazy though, my magazine just came out. The reaction has been crazy, and I've been in the magazine before, but it seems like this cover has everybody really, I don't know, excited or whatever." Despite the buzz, Reagan decided to close that chapter, humorously stating, "Hey, you guys, this is Reagan Gomez, and no, I'm not going to do another King magazine spread," creating and starring in Almost Home. And Reagan Gomez Preston is far from just a TV and magazine star. She's also made waves in the music industry. You might remember seeing her in T.I.'s hit track, Whatever You Like. But that's just the beginning. Reagan also graced Ruben Studdard's Sorry 204 and brought her energy to Young Gun's No Better Love. Her influence extends into the realm of voiceover work, too. For instance, if you're familiar with Roberta Tubbs from The Cleveland Show, that's Reagan's voice stepping in for Nia Long. She's also the creative force behind the voices of Jenny and Kiki Pizza on Steven Universe. Reagan humorously quipped, "I don't have a problem with pizza. I don't know Kiki. I think you do." The excitement doesn't stop there. In 2013, Reagan took a bold leap into the world of web series creation. Teaming up with her family and friends, she launched Almost Home, a series she not only wrote and produced, but also co-directed and starred in. Almost Home isn't your typical show. It's a heartfelt series that follows siblings Lisa and Dean as they set off on a cross-country journey to pursue their dreams following their mother's passing. Directed by the talented Matthew Cherry, Reagan described her involvement in the series, saying, What I was into was styling the other girls, transforming them into whatever celebrity they love. So it could have been Punky Brewster, or Left Eye, or Beyoncé. The show features a vibrant cast of rising stars, including Reagan's husband, Dwayne T. Jackson Jr., her sister-in-law, Queen, as well as Jackie Long, Denise Boot, and Wesley Jonathan, joining the cast of Queen Sugar. After her groundbreaking work on Almost Home, Reagan Gomez Preston took on another notable role in 2016 when she joined the cast of Queen Sugar. Playing the captivating character of Chantel Williams, Reagan continued to showcase her incredible talent and depth as an actress. Her portrayal of Chantel brought a fresh, dynamic presence to the series, earning her praise from both fans and critics alike. Reagan's involvement in Queen Sugar is a testament to her versatility and dedication to her craft, as she seamlessly adapted to the show's rich, dramatic narrative. As Reagan herself put it in her character's dialogue, "No, I know just because things didn't work out between us doesn't mean that I'm not still happy for you, Nova." But let's not forget, while Reagan's star power is undeniable, her mom, Cheryl, is truly the real MVP. Cheryl's story is one of courage, resilience, and breaking barriers. Inspiring story of Reagan's mother, Cheryl. Back in the day, when Reagan was just a little girl, her mom, Cheryl, was already making waves in a field where few dared to tread. Yep, you heard that right. Cheryl was a real-life badass cop. Her journey into law enforcement began when she applied to the Detroit Metropolitan Police Academy in 1974. At that time, entering the academy was a monumental challenge, especially for a black woman stepping into a world overwhelmingly dominated by men. Cheryl's path was anything but smooth. The academy threw every conceivable obstacle at her, both physically and mentally, but Cheryl faced each challenge head-on with unyielding determination. She didn't just survive the rigorous training, she excelled, graduating 12th in her class of 120 students. This achievement was a clear signal that Cheryl was a force to be reckoned with, breaking through barriers that had previously seemed impenetrable. However, the real test of Cheryl's grit came when she hit the streets of Detroit. Assigned to street patrol, she encountered fierce resistance from some of her male colleagues who were entrenched in old-school attitudes. But Cheryl didn't back down. Her courage and resilience were put to the ultimate test as she faced full-blown bigotry. We're talking about racial slurs, verbal attacks, and even death threats from her own co-workers. The situation took a turn for the worse when Cheryl bravely spoke up about the harassment she was enduring. Rather than receiving support, her commanding officer, who was in the running to become the next chief of police, propositioned her. Can you believe the nerve of this guy? The very person expected to lead the department was the one creating a hostile work environment for Cheryl. You might think Cheryl would have gotten some backing from her husband's fancy pants family, but they were less than supportive. Instead of encouragement, they suggested she quit and avoid the hassle. But Cheryl wasn't one to let the haters win. She had fought too hard to earn her badge and wasn't about to relinquish it without a fight. After enduring all that madness, Cheryl finally said enough was enough. She walked away from her job and took the Detroit Police Department to court, filing a lawsuit for sexual harassment. And guess what? She actually won, securing a settlement of around $800,000 to $1 million in 1987. The sleazy commanding officer was found guilty and slapped with a civil conviction. Justice served, right? Wrong. Despite being caught red-handed, he somehow managed to cling to his job as Detroit police commander. As unbelievable as that sounds, it actually happened. But Cheryl wasn't fazed by that. Oh no, she channeled her pain and frustration into action. Determined to make a difference, Cheryl founded the Association for the Sexually Harassed, ASH, a platform dedicated to advocating for victims of workplace harassment and supporting their fight for justice. She also wrote a groundbreaking book titled When No Means No, which shed light on the horrors of sexual harassment and the systemic issues that perpetuated it. Her efforts were both courageous and groundbreaking, but they came at a tremendous personal cost. The strain of her legal battles and the constant scrutiny took a heavy toll on her personal life. Her marriage crumbled under the pressure, and Cheryl faced battles with demons most of us can't even imagine: depression, addiction, and thoughts of suicide. She fought through these dark periods with remarkable resilience, channeling her experiences into advocacy and support for others. In a bold move to start anew, Cheryl decided it was time to make a fresh start. She packed up her family and relocated to Philadelphia, seeking a new beginning away from the shadows of her past. It was there that Reagan got a crash course in the arts, diving headfirst into acting, dancing, and singing at Philadelphia's Freedom Theater. This new chapter was a pivotal moment for Reagan, providing her with the foundation and skills that would help shape her future career. Despite the challenges, Cheryl remained a steadfast supporter of her children. Eventually, her marriage came to an end in 1994, but Cheryl, Reagan, and her brother Kyle were determined to carve out a new path. They packed their bags and headed west to Los Angeles, the city of dreams. This move marked a fresh start for Reagan, offering her the opportunity to pursue her acting dreams with renewed vigor and the unwavering support of her mom by her side. In Los Angeles, Reagan's career began to take off, thanks in no small part to the strength and perseverance of her mother, Cheryl. The transition from Philadelphia to LA was not just a physical move, but a symbolic one, representing a new beginning for the family. Cheryl's courage and resilience laid the groundwork for Reagan's success, and the rest, as they say, is history. Reagan's marriage and family life. Just when it seemed Cheryl had weathered enough storms, Reagan added another layer of heartbreak. When Reagan decided to get married, she didn't just break the usual family norms. She broke her mom's heart. It wasn't about Cheryl disapproving of Reagan's choice of husband. In fact, Cheryl adored him. The real issue was Reagan's age. At just 19, she was barely out of her teens when she took this major step. Reagan reflected on this, saying, "I don't know, I was a pretty good kid, I would say. Maybe when I got married, even though she adores my husband, the fact that I was married so young, married at 19, was hard for her. I didn't start my family young, but I left her house and got my own place so early. It was probably a love-hate thing. She loves my husband, but she was sad to see me go, I guess." Cheryl's mixed emotions were completely understandable. Her daughter moving out and starting her own life so young was a significant change. It wasn't just about the marriage itself, but the transition from being a mother who had her child at home to dealing with an empty nest and watching her daughter take on adult responsibilities so quickly. Despite the sadness, Cheryl's support never wavered, and she remained a steadfast figure in Reagan's life. Reagan and her hubby, Dwayne T. Jackson Jr., first met back in the early 90s when Reagan was just 15. Their paths crossed at singer Brandy's Sweet 16 party, and as Reagan puts it, they were inseparable from that moment on. Their connection was so strong that they landed a photo shoot for Italian fashion designer Gianfranco Fei, marking a significant step in their journey together. Things took a big leap when, in 1999, Reagan and Dwayne decided to get married. At just 18 and 19 years old, they were teenage sweethearts taking the plunge into married life. It's a bold move, especially at such a young age, but it turned out to be a beautiful and enduring love story. Fast forward to 2024, and the couple is celebrating an impressive 25 years together. Their long-lasting relationship stands as a testament to enduring Black love in the ever-changing world of Hollywood. When asked about their secret to a successful marriage, Reagan's response is refreshingly candid. "I have no idea what the secret is to a long-lasting and healthy marriage, and anytime anybody asks me that, I'm always like, I have no idea, I really don't know, I just know that I'm happy." It's clear that their love, built on a solid foundation from their teenage years, continues to thrive, proving that sometimes love just works. Fast forward to 2013, and Reagan gave fans a glimpse into her love story during a candid chat with The Breakfast Club. She reminisced about their romance, which began in the mid-90s. Reagan shared, "We got together so young, and when I got with him, I was already doing my TV show. He was overseas modeling for top names like Versace. This was before the blogs and social media, so we were kind of on the same level, navigating fame together. Since tying the knot, Reagan and Dwayne have built a beautiful family, welcoming two adorable kids into their lives, Scarlett, who's now 17, and Tiger, who's 13. The couple's children are the spitting image of their parents, adding to the family's charm. At 44 years old, Reagan is still turning heads and making waves in the entertainment industry. With an impressive net worth of $1.2 million, she shows no signs of slowing down. Reagan's future projects are equally exciting. She's set to appear in Netflix's upcoming sci-fi movie Absolute Dominion and is also taking the director's chair for a chilling horror film titled Shui. Mark your calendars because Reagan Gomez Preston is poised to make a major splash in Hollywood once again. 90s it girl, Reagan Gomez is excited about her career behind the camera. Fans were pleasantly surprised to see Reagan Gomez as Chantal, one of Nova's lovers, on Queen Sugar in 2016. Those who remembered her as the teenage Zarya on Robert Townsend's 90s sitcom The Parenthood, or recognized her as the voice of Roberta Tubbs on The Cleveland Show might have been taken aback by this new role. But Gomez has grown from her early days into a powerful force in the content creation world. These days, Gomez is more at home behind the camera than in front of it. "I've been a content creator for about the last 12 years, she tells Essence. "I've written and directed original web series for my YouTube channel and my Vimeo account for years now." Her recent project, Surviving, is a zombie apocalypse web series featuring two black sisters fighting for survival. The series earned acclaim, receiving a Gotham Award nomination in 2016 for Best Original Show Short Form. In 2013, Reagan Gomez launched her first web series, Almost Home, which tells the story of a young woman who moves from Chicago to LA with her younger brother after their mother's death. When Oscar winner Matthew A. Cherry had to step away from directing the show's second season, Gomez stepped up and took the reins, a move that marked the beginning of her directing journey. Since then, she has continued to make waves in the industry. Following Almost Home, Gomez created Surviving, a critically acclaimed zombie apocalypse web series. But she's not stopping there. In 2021, she's gearing up to shoot her first feature-length film, Charcuterie. This horror film, set in West Philadelphia, revolves around Kenny, a young black woman who suspects that a pair of gentrifying hipsters running an artisanal deli are cannibalizing more than the culture. Charcuterie is written by Chris Courtney Martin, co-host of the Afro Horror Podcast, which explores the African-American experience in horror films. Gomez and Martin, who both grew up in Philly, connected in 2017 at a brunch organized by journalist Kelly Terrell, setting the stage for their collaboration on this exciting new project. Reagan Gomez is deeply passionate about writing, a pursuit she describes as both vital and transformative. "Writing is really important to me," she explains. "After years of acting, I've grown accustomed to reading scripts and auditioning for roles that often don't go beyond the stereotypical black girl who dies in 5 minutes or the sassy friend. I started writing to create roles and stories that I felt I couldn't audition for, and this shift behind the camera has been a true blessing." Gomez is driven by the need to amplify diverse voices and stories, especially in today's world. "With everything happening in our country and globally, we need stories that uplift our people, particularly black women and other marginalized groups," she says. "We need these stories now more than ever." For Gomez, horror holds a special place as a genre that aligns with feminist ideals. "Horror has always been a very feminist genre to me. Historically, there haven't been many black women in it, but for women, horror is where you can confront and overcome the monster. It's not about running away. It's about outsmarting the monster to survive. That's why horror feels so empowering." Her enthusiasm for her upcoming film, Charcuterie, is palpable. "I'm incredibly excited to bring this film to everyone. Telling this story is something I'm really looking forward to," Gomez says. "We're currently in the casting phase, and as someone who has been in front of the camera for 26 years, I find the casting process and being a producer incredibly rewarding. It's an exciting new chapter for me. For Reagan Gomez, horror has always represented a powerful feminist genre. Despite the lack of representation for Black women within it, Gomez sees horror as a realm where women can truly assert their strength. Horror has always been a very feminist genre, she explains. In horror, women are not just victims, they're the ones who outsmart the monster to survive. It's about facing and overcoming challenges, and that's incredibly empowering. Gomez also views the challenges of 2020 as a catalyst for change and opportunity. This year has really solidified the need for us to make our mark in Hollywood and tell the stories we want to be told, she says. Black creators have always been driving that narrative, but now more than ever it's crucial. We need to be in the room, writing, directing, and producing these stories. The representation of Black women as producers and directors is still alarmingly low, especially in genres like magic and fantasy. It's an area where we need more leadership and voices. For Gomez, this moment represents a significant opportunity. I just turned 44 this year, and I'm thrilled about entering this new decade, she shares. My 30s were about accepting that this might be a new chapter in my calling, and I had success in front of the camera. But now it's time to focus on making an impact on the big screen as a director and producer. Actress Reagan Gomez's tweets about horrible experience on That's 70 Show resurface. But her journey was not without challenges. Recently, her tweets have resurfaced following the sentencing of Danny Masterson to 30 years to life in prison for the rape of 2 women in the early 2000s. Gomez, who appeared in Season 4, Episode 4 of the series titled Hyde Gets the Girl, as Hyde's girlfriend, has previously described her time on the show as far from pleasant. In a tweet from 2019, she opened up about her difficult experience. "Oh, I've shared this before. Working on that show was a nightmare. I think I was, if not the first, one of the Black characters they had on the show. I was supposed to be recurring." Reports reveal that Reagan Gomez's difficulties on That 70s Show began during her initial table read with Danny Masterson, who played Stephen Hyde. Gomez recounted a troubling experience, sharing that after her read, she received a frantic call from her manager informing her that the producers were dissatisfied with her performance. According to Gomez, the director gave her feedback that included comments like "less sass" and "don't be cute," all in front of the predominantly white cast. She described feeling isolated and humiliated by the experience, noting that although she was kept on for the rest of the week, none of the cast members engaged with her. "It was horrible. They never called me back," she said. Following Masterson's conviction, fans have been vocal about removing That 70s Show from syndication, drawing parallels to the cancellation of The Cosby Show after Bill Cosby's own convictions. That 70s Show originally aired from August 1998 to May 2006, spanning 8 seasons. Reagan Gomez's journey from a talented actress to a trailblazing content creator is nothing short of inspiring. As she steps into her 40s with a renewed focus on directing and producing, Gomez is poised to bring fresh, empowering stories to the big screen. Her commitment to redefining horror and amplifying underrepresented voices in Hollywood marks a significant shift in the industry. What are your thoughts on Gomez's transition from actress to director? Share your comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. See you next time.